Number 5. Lost cosmonauts. Now most of us know that Russian cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin was the first human to journey into outer space. This theory suggests that he did, but claims that the Soviet Union attempted to launch 2 or more manned space flights prior to Yuri's. During this, it's believed that at least 2 cosmonauts died in the attempts. The theory also suggests that another cosmonaut called Vladimir Ilyushin had landed off course and is being held by the Chinese government. The Soviet Union supposedly suppressed this information to prevent bad publicity during the Cold War. Here are some facts that back this case. In 1971, the Soviet Union admitted that 4 cosmonauts died while on mission and during tests. The US made a statement that at least 15 Russian cosmonauts were killed or got lost in outer space. In 1972, a NASA engineer investigated these claims and had found pictures of the Soviet Union space crew. The strange thing about it was that there were 2 pictures, one with a full crew and another which was the same picture but some crew members were cropped out of it. The Soviet Union addressed these issues and said that the missing crew had left due to medical reasons. It gets even stranger. Recordings were released which were picked up by the Giudica Cordiglia brothers, who were amateur radio operators. They had set up experimental listening stations and managed to tap into the Soviet Union's frequencies. This made them able to spy on them. They claim they have recordings from 1961 of a female astronaut who was sent into space before Yuri, but sadly, she died up there. In the recording, she complains that she is hot. This may mean that she died from overheating, which also happened to Laika, which was the first dog that was sent into space by the Soviet Union. To back this even further, 3 days after the recording was captured, the Soviet Union announced that they had failed at an attempt of re-entry. This is the recording of the supposed lost cosmonaut. It's in Russian, but there are subtitles. Number 4. Black Knight Satellite. This is the Black Knight satellite. It was captured in a photograph in 1998 during a NASA space shuttle mission called STS-88. Theorists believe that it is a 13,000-year-old extraterrestrial craft. The US have admitted that the satellite is not one of theirs and they are unsure to what it is. It can be traced back to 1954. A newspaper called the San Francisco Examiner had an article about a retired naval aviation major and a UFO researcher called Donald Kehoe. They said that the US Air Force had reported that 2 satellites orbiting Earth had been detected. The mysterious thing is that during this time, nobody had the technology to launch a satellite. There have been many more sightings of the satellite since 1998. There has been one as recent of the 7th of August 2015. YouTube channel Secure Team 10 has sent in this footage of what is believed to be a sighting of the Black Knight craft in Florida. As of December 2014, a YouTuber by the name of NUA believes that he has solved the entire mystery. He believes that the satellite is a thermal blanket lost by the crew of the Endeavour space shuttle while they were working on the development of the International Space Station. But who knows? It may be an alien craft. Even back in 1899, Nikola Tesla announced that he was picking up radio waves coming from space. Number 3. Nazi secret space program. Did the Nazis create UFOs? Maybe. There sure is loads of photographs that were released after the war that suggest they did. Have a look at them for yourselves. The theory suggests that the Nazis made successful attempts to develop advanced aircraft or spacecrafts prior to and during World War II. It's believed that the UFOs were stored in underground bases in Antarctica. There are many points that back this theory. It is true that the Third Reich claimed territory in New Swabia in Antarctica in 1938. They also conducted research into advanced propulsion technology, including rocketry and flying crafts. Also, during World War II, an American fleet said that they had been attacked by crafts which moved with incredible speed and also attacked them using beams and technology similar to today's electromagnetic pulse weapons. It is known that Hitler gave permission to the Nazis to use money to study the occult. From this, it's believed that they studied ancient history and it told them how to create the crafts. After the war, many blueprints and pictures of several different crafts were found. It showed that they used anti-gravity technology. They ranged from disc shapes to cigar shapes. An interesting documentary titled Third Reich Operation UFO goes into detail about the program and is quite interesting. It's believed that during the downfall of the war, Hitler ordered the Nazis to destroy all remaining crafts. Many believe that the Nazis did make UFOs but didn't have the technology to fly them, and if they were flyable, then they wouldn't reach a high altitude. So why would the Nazis want spacecrafts? Maybe to use them as weapons, or maybe they wanted to take over space. Number 2. NASA cutting live feed. This theory suggests that NASA cuts their live stream from the International Space Station every time a UFO flies past. Now this can be backed as the live stream cuts out very often. Sometimes NASA aren't quick enough and some people have captured the alleged crafts on video. There have been many sightings from saucer shapes to cigar shapes. There have been cases of this as recent as a few days ago when a cigar shaped craft was captured just before NASA cut the live feed. Could NASA actually be cutting the feed to suppress UFO sightings, or could the camera just be really bad? Only NASA knows. Number 1. Moon landing hoax. Of course this had to be at number 1. This theory suggests that some or all of the elements of the moon landing on July 21st, 1969 were a hoax. Some believe that they did go to the moon but the footage was faked, and others believe that they didn't go to the moon at all. People claim that NASA and others knowingly misled the public into believing the moon landings happened by manufacturing, tampering with, or destroying evidence. This included photos, radio and TV transmissions, moon rock samples, and even some key witnesses. Most of the theory is backed by the photograph and film oddities. To start off with, the crosshairs. In some photos, crosshairs seem to be behind objects, but the camera that they used was fitted with a clear glass plate with crosshairs etched on them. This would make it impossible for any photographed object to appear in front of the grid. This suggests that the objects have been pasted over them. There are many more oddities, but I'll quickly list them as there are too many to include. The photo of the flag shows it waving, which would not happen on the surface of the moon. It's believed that a film set can be seen in the reflection of the astronaut's helmet. There are no stars in the background. There are many more oddities, but the video would be really long if I listed them all. Some scientists believe that it is impossible to go to the moon due to cosmic rays and radiation. So if it is faked, then what happened? There are many theories to back this. One includes American film director Stanley Kubrick. It's believed that he helped NASA fake the moon landing after they reached out to him because of his excellent work on 2001: A Space Odyssey. It's believed that he put subliminals in his films to show that he faked it, such as in The Shining. During a scene in The Shining, Danny is shown wearing an Apollo 11 sweater and he stands up from the floor while the sweater is in a shot the whole time. This suggests that the rocket is taking off. There is a documentary called Room 237 that is dedicated to the theory. Whether it is faked or not is unknown, but most believe that they did actually go to the moon. Others believe that they faked it to get ahead in a space race. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to keep updated with our videos. Goodbye.